it's time to change the subject at least to another topic and to cover something different from social media and the academic issues. Let's go to the industry itself and how all those services, all these can be carried out. As you know, the Middle East and Africa continue to be vibrant markets for satellite communications. Global industry and local players mix together as demands for capacity remain strong, whether it is TV or communications or data. A lot of new satellite capacity is entering into the region. The Middle East satellite market also remains a key barometer, actually, for the global market, given its overall significance in the global satellite ecosystem. Now, we will actually we will cover the effectiveness and the parameters affecting the satellite business in the Middle East and Africa. But before starting coming to that subject, as Arabsat is a major player in the satellite business in the Middle East and Africa, I will cover a little bit about Arabsat itself. Then we will switch to the. So I will talk a little bit about Arabsat in a glance, fleet, services, very shortly. Then we will cover the satellite communication in MENA in general. You know, Arabsat has been established, everybody knows that Arabsat has been established in 1976. First satellite has been launched in 1985, and it has a headquarters at Riyadh. Arabsat is an intergovernmental organization owned by in principle, owned by the Arab countries, all Arab countries, and with different shares. However, it is run and managed purely on a market and business, actually, and it is, we cannot say, sometimes we say it is governmental, sometimes we say no, but actually it is run in very business way of doing the service. We have two main control stations, one in Riyadh and one in Tunisia. Actually, we, in addition to that, in general, we have now 6 satellites in orbit. I will cover that now. Our revenue is almost beyond $312 million. We are the yearly, and we are the 7th satellite operator in 2013 and 2012, actually, for the from revenue perspective. I think we are number 6 on 2013. The services, different services we are providing, from TV to data communication to the voice. Our fleet, actually, we have 6 satellites in orbit, currently operational. We are planning to have another 4 satellites within 3 years from now. So I think in practice, that reflects the market share, actually, in the region. There are plenty of satellite operators in the region. Maybe 17 satellite operators are covering the MENA and Africa. Arabsat is one of them, but we believe that we are a major player in that market. Our market share almost, it is 20% now. We believe that we will reach 28 or 29% within 5 years from now.
Basically, I'll suggest we start maybe with 2 minutes and focus on 2 minutes, introductory remarks from each panelist, especially the ABS and Yahsat, to basically let us know what the top issues in the satellite industry now that you see in the Arab world context. Here's the microphone.
Thank you, Jawad, for having us. Hi, my name is Bazyan, and I am the Regional Director for Yahsat. Yahsat is actually a new company in the satellite arena, but we are considered one of the pioneers, if not probably the first one, to launch HTS satellite, HTS K-band satellite covering the regions of the MENA region, Southern Asia, and parts of Africa. As you said, Jawad, there is a lot of things happening in the satellite area, and HTS, the new version of the satellite, are actually, I think, are going to change the landscape of the broadband offering, and they're going to change it in a positive way. Because they are offering an effective, efficient solution, can solve both the issues of the mobile operator that we've seen yesterday during the discussion on their difficulties, the challenge that they have trying to offer their customers broadband services in remote areas and in, I would say, scattered landscape in terms of users. K-band is being developed greatly during the last 2 years. Just to give you an idea, in the last 10 years, we had almost like 31 launches of HTS satellites. In the coming 3 years, from 2014 till 2016, we're expecting 33 satellites to be launched. So the coming 3 years, we're going to having exactly the same amount, probably more, of satellite being launched during the past 10 years, with probably 3 times or 4 times the capacity. Now they're talking about an HTS satellite with the capability of carrying around 100 gigabit per second.
For the benefit of everyone, HTS stands for what?
HTS stands for high throughput satellites. It's a new version of satellites. It's using the Ka-band. It's a new technology where the frequencies on the satellite are being used efficiently. It's similar to the GSM, where you are using the frequencies are being used in multiple places. So instead of having one single beam covering a huge area, you are having multiples of beams. And that allows you to use the frequencies very efficiently and allow you to increase the capacity provided to the end user. So today, the HTS satellite can carry probably 100 times more than what the old Ku-band satellite used to carry, if not more.
Thank you, Jawad, for having me, and the first time maybe in the Arab Advisory, and I'm hoping to be part of this respectful summit and meeting in the next years. Well, I come from ABS satellite. Currently, we operate around 7 satellites at multiple orbital locations, at 3 West, 75 East, 159, and 63 East. So traditionally, satellite has been operating in this region. There is about more than 500 satellites in the geo orbit, and they provide various range of services for the region. So specifically for the Middle East, we have a legacy satellite operators like Arabsat and Nilesat, and they have been providing capacity for DTH and broadcast market. The same satellite has been very essential in bridging the gap in the remote and rural areas, in giving backhaul connectivity for GSM operators to continue or to bridge the loop of connectivities where they cannot deploy fiber. So satellite has been essential in our day life. We receive TV content from broadcasters and TV channels through satellite. And now in the TV market, for hot occasions and areas that has political conflict or in situation where you really want to stream and broadcast an event out of the field, satellite has been an important domain to provide the link and broadcast a hot news or a hot conflict area like what we did or what satellite has did during the Iraq war or in Afghanistan and so on. So as well, it's easy to put an uplink station and deliver cover a news, a sport news or a sport match through satellite. So the maximum number of satellite, as I mentioned, that has been launched for many years for different applications and services. So in the US market alone, between Hughes Space and Viasat, they serve more than 1.2 million customers for, these are consumer broadband customers in the US market, which is supposed to be an evolved and very developed market. But still, satellite has a role to play in a very advanced and developed terrestrial market where coverage is quite good. In the region, India alone use more than 150,000 satellite, consumer satellite customer that really depends on you in the use of satellite on broadband. Now, I think Yahsat has come up with a very advanced Ka band that reuse the frequency spectrum on the satellite and deliver high capacity throughput to also penetrate and deliver broadband connectivity where people lack the access to content, to informations, to downloads, and satellite is providing this mean for.
This is through the using the set-top boxes to basically buffer content and use it on demand for the consumers. Is that
exactly. Right? So traditionally satellite was restricted and is only limited means for corporate VSAT and oil and gas companies, government, military, and so on. But we have, in the past years, through the advancement and reduction in cost of hardware, specifically the small VSAT terminal that used to cost $10,000 to $15,000. Today, the hardware vendor has been able to reduce the cost down to $350, and satellite has become affordable for the end users and normal people to have access to internet and be able to go on social media and interact with each other.
Mr. Shanti, just a quick remark, or shall we, on the same topic, what do you think the introductory remarks, 2 minutes?
Oh, thank you, Jawad. Actually, I have those points have been covered in the presentation. Yes, actually, but I think the high throughput satellites are, as I said, there is why we are going through 2 high throughput satellites. Actually, it is because of two issues. You need spectrum, you need broadband service more than Ku band, and also for the scary, there is no spectrum. The Ku band is completely full, and also you can put more spectrum. You can put more bits. You can put higher rates. Yes, on the Ku band. So with the usage of the small kind of spots, so you have huge power, so you can reach anywhere with huge power.
So I'm going to make a statement summarizing what I've understood from you, and then I want you to say whether you're in agreement with this or not. So basically, satellite platforms in the context of telecommunications, when everything is fine, you're an essential complementary service to the operators in servicing remote areas, in servicing backhaul in remote areas, and also in serving pockets where broadband internet will not be very cost effective. And in natural disasters or social and political upheavals, you become the only really reliable solution in the telecommunications context. Would you agree with this characterization? Yes or no, basically, from each one.
Yes, I agree with you.
It's a yes, no.
Well, actually, you just summed it up briefly. It's in the broad context of using satellite that, we are not really here to define and understand why we need satellite or since when we need satellite. So satellite has been, providing connectivity services and platforms for military since maybe 100 years back. And we use satellite as a main backbone for the internet service provider to backhaul between point to point, okay? And in case when they don't have a good fiber or they cannot lay down fiber or fiber cost is very high. So for internet service provider to bring internet traffic between two communities or two cities, you can still use satellite for that point to point and as well, backhaul the fiber cable, because these fiber cables they instantly get cut off and they are not delivering a good availability. So satellite give a high availability rate for any link compared with fiber. We use satellite for broadcast and delivering TV content to our populations. Like in the Arabsat case, they deliver their viewership is more than 170 million today. Looking at every day at the TV, getting the link or the connectivity through the satellite. So satellite is really a means of delivering content, a means of giving the GSM operators to backhaul their networks, and at a very cost-effective ISPs, internet service providers as well. We deliver data services for both corporate enterprises and consumer market to give them the means to access the internet.
Thank you very much. Actually, in the audience with us is Mr. Mohammed Noor Mehyar from Halil. And I'd like him to weigh in with also his thoughts on the role of the satellite industry in serving telecom operators in the region, as well as broadcast content.